Hello. So today I am going to talk about a story I forgot to talk about that's rather a little important. That was kind of a little bit of a big deal. So it was when I was in my old house. Um, before I moved to Vale. So my mom got remarried and she was selling our house. And this was the longest house I had ever lived in. I was very upset and stubborn and mad. And I didn't want to leave. And I didn't want to leave my house to go live in some guy's house that I didn't even know, aka her husband. So I was pretty damn stubborn on it, and I didn't even allow her to start packing up my room. It was so the whole house was empty except for my room. I was stubborn and I was telling my mom that I was going to have friends that were going to live with me in this house so we could pay the mortgage. Although my mom wasn't going to do that. She was already having this house up for sale. And I was just being very stubborn and was refusing to leave my house. Now, what happened, and it was pretty crazy. I had went out that day with some friends, and then I went home to an empty house that nobody no longer lived in except for me. It wasn't necessarily up for sale yet, although my room was still there. Full room. Like, I still had walls, not walls. I still had like certain pictures hanging on the wall and everything. I absolutely refused to leave. So I got home and the house is empty except for my room. And I go to my room and I go lay down and go to sleep. And that's when I started hearing what scared the living crap out of me. I started hearing every single cabinet door open and close. Like, the cabinet door where you would, let's say, have your plates and cups. And I would hear them open and slam shut, open and slam shut. And there was not just one cabinet doing that at a time. There was several cabinets doing it all at once. Then I heard at the same time each drawer where you would put spatulas and utensils in opening and closing, opening and closing. And all of this is all occurring at the same time. I lay there in disbelief and was thinking in my mind, as I heard this, for 20 minutes, half hour, I don't know exactly how long, thinking this cannot be real and this cannot be happening right to me right now. Oh, but it was. And it continued until I magically somehow fell asleep. I don't know if blankets had a magical cure that would protect me from spirits, but that's what I always tended to do, was throw the blankets over my head, like all the way in. And I'd end up going to sleep somehow, which I don't know how. And I did fall asleep to hearing that. I was too scared to run outside to my car to leave. I was too scared to move an inch. I couldn't even, I wouldn't even get up to look out the hallway. And I had to walk if I left my room, I had to walk towards the kitchen, go left down that hallway to go to the front door to get out of that house. So I literally had to pass the kitchen. And in my head, I was thinking I could jump out the window and leave that way, but I was too petrified to move. Needless to say, the next morning, I called my mom and I said, "Okay, Mom, I'm moving out." And I was ready to leave. That was my last night in the house that I had lived in 8 years, that I had a lot of experience and loved that house. That was the last night in that house for me. After that, it scared me straight to get the hell out of there and stop being so damn stubborn and not letting go of things. And that taught me, the moral of this story is that it taught me to let go of things, no matter what kind of connection, how long you've been there, things that occurred in that house. I had a lot of things that I went through in that house, a lot of things, and I didn't want to let it go. And that definitely scared me straight, I'll tell you that. And I was calling my mama and saying, "Okay, mama, I'll go home." And yeah, her problem was solved with me. But it was a pretty scary experience, and it did teach me a whole bit. This story right here is a whole scared me straight thing here. But yeah, and I am not kidding. I had my car sitting outside ready to go. I could have left, but I was just that damn scared to where I was just in my head imagining, "Oh my God, I'm gonna go and watch all this stuff happening on its own." And if it has the capability to touch those cabinets, to be opening and closing those things, it has the capability to touch me. So yeah, I'm good. And I just stayed in my bed, not and did not move. But I did spend the night there. And in the morning, yeah, but I was gone. So that one scared me straight.